So, on to the main event.
On to the main event. I'm ready, Liam. I'm ready to fight you.
Okay, so we're going to take our tops off and fight.
Is that how you fight?
Yeah. Well, I take everything off.
I mean, I've always thought that's a bold move. It's a good, like, what's he doing? I don't understand what's happening. And then the other move that I would love to be able to do is spontaneously vomiting on yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. Because my fighting style is very Greek.
Okay, got you. You're a Greco-Roman wrestling sort of man.
Yeah, so I just get completely naked.
A little bit of oil?
Just a little bit. If it's to hand. Sometimes these fights...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's a fight, you're not going to go looking for oil.
Exactly. I'm not going to abandon the fight. And then, basically, the main goal is to get your willy in their face.
I mean, that's fair. What if they bite?
That's the risk, and that's also part of the skill involved in fighting.
Got you.
is getting your willy in their face without them biting it, because that means you've won.
That's true. Fair enough.
So, culture swap.
Swap my culture.
Princess Mononoke, Studio Ghibli. I didn't have time to watch all the other Studio Ghibli films leading up to it. I just watched Princess Mononoke.
You had 3 weeks.
It was 2 hours and 14 minutes long, Jack.
It was. I mean, that could be a bad or a good thing, Liam.
I'm waiting for you to kind of talk about... So this was your suggestion. This was your birthday thing. You could have chosen literally anything within reason.
Okay, all right. I've got you.
Yeah.
So, the reason I picked Princess Mononoke, Liam...
Yes.
It's one of the first anime movies I watched, I think, from Studio Ghibli. It might even be the first Studio Ghibli film I watched.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it when I watched it.
Yeah.
I love the art style, I love the story, I love all of it. And like I think part of that is nostalgia now from back when I first watched it and it being like a gateway into anime for me.
Yeah.
But I picked it for you because I wanted to pick something that I loved.
Yeah.
So that sort of, I love all the other Studio Ghibli films, but I was like, I need to pick something that I really, really like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But also something that I think you would enjoy.
Okay.
So, I went, Princess Mononoke, it's not the outrageous shit that you hate.
What does that mean?
Well, you're always like bitching and moaning when I pick an anime and just picture Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the kind of anime that you are definitely not a fan. I know you're not a fan of that, right?
I've never seen it.
But that's when they're like just superpowers and like firing beams out their hands.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen an anime like that, I don't think. So I couldn't tell you if I liked it or not.
Alright, okay, well maybe we'll try Dragon Ball Z at some point. Anyway, so I thought I'll pick this. This doesn't have that, the crazy superpowers or anything. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of it.
Does any Studio Ghibli have that?
No, Studio Ghibli doesn't. But then, like, a lot of their stuff is more fantastical. Like, Princess Mononoke's fantasy elements are the sort of time period mix-up it's set in.
Yeah.
And the gods. And hit that like, curse thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, I had a question, but I've forgotten it.
Okay. Just very quickly, I'll point out there will be spoilers for Princess Mononoke. If you haven't watched it, you really, really should have. It's so good. Please go watch it.
I know what I was going to say. This isn't actually my first Studio Ghibli film.
No, I know, because you said on last episode that you watched Grave of the Fireflies?
Yes.
That's the other Studio Ghibli film that you've seen before doing your big run-through.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lupin's thing.
No, I never got around to it, did I?
Did you not? Why the fuck did we watch so many Lupin films?
We only watched one, I think, and it was just
I know.
Bonkers.
It was ridiculous.
Put me off watching the rest.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah. So this was my second Studio Ghibli film, I believe?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all of the reasons why you wanted to do it?
They're like the main reasons.
Okay. I'll start with the positives.
Okay.
I thought it was gorgeous to look at.
Yep.
It's really, really, like, just a lovely looking film. The animation's really good.
I mean, that's like true to all Studio Ghibli films.
I've only got one other to base it off of. So.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's like the level of detail they go into on their artwork is incredible. Like, when I was watching it again, I was thinking that basically every sort of panel you could give me pretty much any cell of a Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, this is art, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. It is very artistic and lovely to look at. I liked the story. I thought it was the kind of themes were a little bit on the nose. I felt.
It's very obvious in where it's aiming.
Yeah, that whole like nature, respecting the environment, that kind of aspect to it. One of the things that threw me a little bit is I wasn't too sure when it was supposed to be set. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be like set in a like kind of made up mystical land, if you will, or if it was actually like supposed to be somewhere. Because I was throwing like I think they referred to China at one point.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah. And you've got like the samurais and stuff, so it's got that like historical period feel to it as well.
Yeah, so I think from what I read afterwards, it's the three sort of tribes in the film. So his lot, I can't remember what their name is.
You don't see a lot of them.
No, you don't. They're in it very briefly.
Yeah.
Then the Iron Town people.
Yeah.
And the samurai.
Yeah.
Lot.
Yeah.
They're all like they weren't actually around at the same time, but so it's sort of a fantastical meeting of those three time periods.
Yeah,
but I think it is meant to be Japan.
I could be wrong, but I believe like samurais and muskets didn't exactly knock about at the same sort of time.
Have you seen The Last Samurai?
No.
Well, they did.
Okay, I think so. I could be wrong.
I am not a history buff. I'm even less of a history buff about Japan.
Yeah.
Here is Jack's thoughts and maybe memories, but he's not entirely sure, so don't ever use this if you get asked questions about ancient Japan.
Okay.
Here are what I think I know that I probably don't.
Yeah.
I believe that Japan was a really isolationist country.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
So while the rest of the world was sort of started to develop muskets and stuff, Japan was basically closed off, and so that stuff didn't travel there.
Yeah.
And the sort of fall of the samurai and that time period of them, the sort of Japan that you picture when you picture ancient Japan.
Yeah.
That sort of fell when they opened up to trade and Christianity moved in, and sort of they traded in muskets and stuff, and that sort of brought an end to the whole samurai era.
Oh, okay, because I always picture like the samurai stuff being like way before like gunpowder.
No, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty positive that's how it happened. Was like the rest of the world had sort of got to muskets, maybe not muskets, but early firearms.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I feel like samurai is a phase a lot of like boys go through.
Oh fuck yeah!
And I never quite had that myself.
Really?
Yeah, like I think the only other like samurai film that I've seen was earlier this year or late last year. I watched Seven Samurai.
Oh, okay.
Which I would recommend to you. I think after watching this, I think you'd really enjoy it.
Fair enough.
So yeah. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, I thought it was totally fine. I don't really have any complaints about it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's not true. I did feel like the pacing got a little bit slow. Just over halfway into it. I think
what bit's that?
It's the bit where he's basically recovering.
Okay, yeah.
The pacing just slows down a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're doing, but I need us to kind of just go a little bit quicker. Like it's just a bit slow for me at that moment. But yeah, I liked the stuff at the Steel Town. I liked the ladies with their bosoms.
Okay.
I mean, that's not just me, right? Like they were very busty.
Yeah, they were. It's also bosom.
Oh, bosom. My bad.
No problem.
Yeah, they are very busty ladies in that. Just that one scene for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's yeah. That's fair.
Which but I liked that kind of. It's not like a culture clash, but that culture exchange of him coming from his little tribe and then meeting these ladies who are working really hard, and he has a little go at the steel thing.
It's
iron.
It's iron, Liam.
That's
it's
the
iron.
thing. Iron
and
thing.
It's bellows that he has a go on.
Yeah, I just liked that little scene.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And them all kind of being flustered around him and embarrassed, and
because he's gorgeous, as they say.
He's handsome and stuff. Yeah, he's a good-looking boy.
Apparently so.
Yeah, I liked the whole the animation, right at the beginning with all of the. Right, you're gonna be pedantic and say they're not worms, but they look like worms that are all just swarming over the boar.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
I like that. That just looked amazing.
Yeah, that's really well done.
Yeah. One thing that did surprise me, in all honesty, is I was 100% going into this movie knowing nothing about it beforehand beside the title. Very surprised that Princess Mononoke was not the main character.
Yes. Apparently Miyazaki, there were two names that were floated for this film. One was Princess Mononoke and one was The Tale of Ashitaka or something, or The Legend of Ashitaka.
Okay.
And he wanted the other one, and then the other guy that, I can't remember what his name is, damn it, he wanted Princess Mononoke, and Princess Mononoke ended up winning in the end. Because
it's not even a name that's used a lot in the film.
It's the name that San the girl who's living in the woods with the wolves.
Yeah.
She has given herself, or has like self-titled herself, Princess Mononoke.
Yeah. But she's rarely actually referred to as that.
Yes. She's called Wolf Girl. Ashitaka calls her San.
Yeah. And there's a few, and the wolves call her San as well.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, like it took me maybe like a couple of times hearing it to kind of cotton on, oh, that's her name, sort of thing.
Got you.
But like it was one of those things, like it wasn't necessarily explained, but it didn't need to be. It was pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, yeah.
I just liked it. I don't really have a lot of complaints.
I mean, the thing is, you're not sounding that positive, Liam.
No, like I liked it, but it didn't blow me away or anything. Like the animation, the art did, but like the story and all of the other elements to it, I thought they were just fine. At times, it reminded me a little bit of Moana.
Okay.
Which I really enjoyed that. Like more towards the end when you've got like the big Nightwalker thing looking for his head and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Like that element is what made me think of more like the ending of Moana.
Got you.
Especially with like the whole like rebirth and regrowth afterwards as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I really liked. I can't remember its name, but the so Ashitaka's got this like red elk.
Yes. Fuck.
It begins with a Y.
It's like Yaku.
Something like that, yeah.
Or Yaku.
Yeah, for like, I think they did a really good job of giving like an animal personality without like giving it dialogue.
Yes,
because some of the animals
has personality
do have
without even. It doesn't seem like intelligent either. Like not it doesn't have the Disney horses level of intelligence where it's like, oh, silly you without speaking. It like believably animalistic while still feeling like it has a personality.
Yes, exactly. I like that. There was one bit, right, where I believe San takes his like sort of riding gear off, like he has the mask with the reins and stuff.
Yep.
And it's like, you're free now. And then I'm pretty sure in the next scene, when you see him again, that's all back on him.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Maybe.
Yeah, and I just had this image of him just go like trotting off
Putting
into the woods. On. Yeah, because that's really not explained. I don't know if there's like a cut scene or something there that did explain it, or if they just kind of like fuck it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice that.
Again, not really an issue. I thought like the villain, Lady Eboshi, was interesting.
Yeah, I think it does a really good job of. I think that's one of the things that when I first watched it, I thought was really cool is the fact that there's not particularly a good or evil side in this. Like I know that the humans are meant to be the sort of baddies. If you will.
I mean, but like cutting off a god's head is probably
but it's never done in like a.
You get given reasons as to why they're doing it that make sense.
And even then, like the forest spirit is, or dear God, depending on if you watch the sub or the dub.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's this air of the animals are also, or the spirit gods are sort of in the wrong too.
Yeah.
Because they like the whole thing is they're trying to attack the humans. Like the boars are just sort of almost mindlessly attacking the humans.
Yeah, and they're like the monkeys as well aren't big fans of the humans.
The monkeys were spooky.
They were. The other thing that was spooky was they've got a name, but the little forest like sprites.
The Kodamas?
Yeah. I thought they were kind of creepy.
love them. They're so adorable.
I thought they were kind of creepy.
If one appeared in front of me in the woods, I would cry and just collapse and die. But
also, this is a PG film, right? And within like the first maybe 10 minutes, a guy shoots someone's hands off with an arrow and beheads someone with an arrow.
Yes, I'll be honest, the first time I watched it, that was one of the reasons I was like, oh, I might like this film a lot.
Yeah, like, personally, wouldn't have given it a PG rating.
No, 12.
12A, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I kind of want to hear more from you about why you like it so much, because I am very much like, it was fine, I enjoyed it, but it didn't, like, wow me, you know? Like, I didn't hate it, and the 2-hour 14 kind of ticked along nicely, and I didn't, apart from that one little bit in the middle, I didn't really feel the length at all. I was just very much like, it was okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe why I like it so much.
Okay, because I heard from I heard from Mark, who has been on the show before, and he was saying he found Princess Mononoke a bit slow going, and he was saying maybe not what he would recommend as like an introduction to Studio Ghibli.
But that's not what I was doing.
No, I know. I was just saying, like, I think he was saying like Spirited Away was, in his opinion, better.
Yeah, 100%. Like if we were doing a like I really need to get Liam into anime. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And I think I would pick Studio Ghibli because I think they're incredible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then if you look at their films that, you know, are the best ones that you would recommend to someone, Spirited Away is definitely up there.
Yeah, I really want to see Ponyo as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've not seen that.
Okay.
I've not seen all of Studio Ghibli. I've seen a lot of the early stuff and then some of the newer stuff.
I realised, because I sent you a text, you know, that I own something like 7 of them on Blu-ray already. I just haven't got around to
this was when you were debating buying a £400 box set.
I decided not to in the end.
Yeah, that's probably sensible.
Yeah, I was very smart.
But yeah, I think, so part of Princess Mononoke and my love of it is the sort of nostalgia, like I was saying, of the fact that it's one of the first ones I saw.
Yeah.
I think it's also good because, you know, in England and America, when we see animes that, you know, the animes that we like grew up with, so like Pokemon and those
Digimon.
sort of,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And then there are others, like there's Naruto and stuff.
Yeah.
Avatar? They're definitely, what was that?
Avatar, is that one?
Yeah, although Avatar I think is English.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think it's a translated Japanese show.
Oh, I didn't know
It's made
that.
by Cartoon Network.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, so like when they get translated, maybe not Pokemon so much, that definitely is a kids show, but there's an element of, you know, there's a bias in the Western world that cartoons are for kids.
I think that
I know that they're not.
is...
I know that you get things that aren't.
Yeah.
But there's definitely, if you look at like the 90s and stuff.
Yeah,
My dad wasn't going out being like, let's go watch some cartoon movies. I can't wait. These are going to be so awesome and aimed at me.
No, I think that where that started shifting is probably with Family Guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's...
Because like you had South Park obviously before that, which is very obviously adult, but I still think like that was seen as a kind of anomaly. And it was then, I think, Family Guy that started kind of shifting that attitude of being like, cartoons are for kids.
Yeah, but anyway, we had that, right?
Yeah.
So then when you see something like Princess Mononoke, which, like you say, is a PG, but then it has that level of gore where someone is having their arm shot off and someone gets his head shot off with an arrow.
Yeah.
And like, it's not pandering to kids. Like, this film isn't like, hey, the environment's in trouble, let's go save it. It's sort of a darker story about the environment and stuff. And I think that's, you know, when you're a kid, sometimes you don't want something to be pandering to you and be like, hey, you're a kid, fucking have all this childish shit.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I think a lot of the times, you know, production companies and stuff do underestimate what kids know, like their level of intelligence.
No, yeah, I'd agree with that. I definitely didn't feel like this was... to me, it felt like this was made the way they wanted to make it. And the fact that it was somewhat suitable for a younger audience was just a happy coincidence. It didn't feel like that was the primary focus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else about it that you'd like to discuss?
I think there's some interesting stuff to be said for the way it deals with, you know, like women's roles in society and stuff, especially when you look at those time periods.
Yeah,
and not even just them, like also. Sorry,
that was something that I did think of when I was watching it. I was like, I can't quite tell what stance it's taking here because it has this like so Lady Eboshi does kind of like oppress the women essentially.
Yeah, she's using them for military and labour.
But then she does also somewhat empower them by being like, no, like there's a moment where she's hunting the deer god or whatever it's called in the dubbed version, where she lives, like the steelworks, under siege, and she's like, yep, no, the women can handle that, which I felt was quite like an interesting way of portraying it, if you know what I mean. And like I thought her as well being the villain, being quite intelligent. I just couldn't quite get a read on this. What I liked about it is it didn't have a definitive pro or anti like female stance. It was just each character has their own motivations.
Yeah, well, I think the film itself is obviously pro.
Well, because of San.
Yeah.
No,
I know what you mean. Like, because Eboshi herself isn't obviously. Like, the same with the lepers as well, where, you know, back in those days, lepers were just shunned and put in colonies and just left to die, effectively.
Yeah.
And, like, so what she's doing to them is kind of evil. She's forcing them to work long hours to make these guns.
Yeah.
But also, she does seem to sort of care about them.
Well, she's trying to find a cure for them, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So there's, like, this weird mix of... It sort of stays true to the whole film being a little bit like, maybe it's not a clear-cut...
Yeah, it's
answer.
not black and white, which I like.
Yeah.
And again, it's a very, like, unchild-friendly thing to do.
Yeah. Also, let's save the environment. That's probably it, Liam.
Yeah, which is, you know, I can't argue with that statement.
No, it's a good statement.
Yeah, I just wish it was listened to more, to be honest.
Maybe we should get everyone, President Donald Trump, to sit down and watch Princess Mononoke.
I don't think that would help.
Here's a good question, Liam, and maybe it's a new segment we can introduce on the show, which is, so culture swap, we sort of give our views, but then we sort of guess how Donald Trump would feel about them.
I think he would think that both sides were very bad. You had, obviously, Ashitaka and San, who were causing a lot of violence.
True.
But then you also had the iron workers who were just trying to get jobs, just trying to work. But some of them were a bit violent in return.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely many sides to this argument. I mean, we all need oil. There was oil falling from the sky.
Yeah.
That's something we can only dream of, really.
I imagine he's annoyed. He would be annoyed by the ending with the oil being stopped.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's how I picture it. But also, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. 100%.
Out of 5,
I give it a 4.5, but
okay.
I know you won't. That's not. Yeah.
No, I give it a 3 a 3 out of 5.
Average.
A little bit better than average.
I thought 3 was your average.
It depends.
Okay.
2.5 can also be an average.
Got you.
But 3 out of 5 in this case, a little bit better than average.
I mean, that's to me a positive because the other animes you've watched, apart from Grave of the Fireflies,
and Barefoot Game, which I keep banging on about.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to do that because out of all of the animes you've made me watch so far, it's just so different.
Yeah,
so
yeah. But that's the thing. I know you like that kind of anime, so I'm trying to expand your horizons.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm really excited for your thoughts because now I'm starting to see all the animes you're watching. I'm very excited to see what you think of it.
I've also seen. I've seen. I can't remember which one I've seen, but I've seen one of them.
One of what?
Grave of the Fireflies or Barefoot Again.
Probably Grave of the Fireflies, right?
Probably, yeah.
Because it's a Studio Ghibli one.
I watch other things.
Yeah, no, but I mean...
yeah, I think I might have gotten to it when I was working my way through.
Yeah. I think the thing that annoyed me the most was the fact that you made me break my pact with the listeners.
I sort of don't care anymore. We dealt with it last time. I think you were completely unreasonable.
Well.
So...
we'll do Barefoot Again soon, I think.
Okay.
Just so then we, at the moment, I've kind of quite deliberately gated off anime until we do this, one.
Yeah.
So the sooner we do it, then we can, unleash the gate.
Okay.
You, mister, forgot to do the DVD tally.
I was literally about to bring it up.
Okay. Because we normally do that in housekeeping, I think.
I don't mind when we do it.
Alright.
So, Liam.
Yeah.
The last time I asked you...
You're going to have to remind me what it was before.
I'm going to. I'm literally about to remind you.
Thank you very much.
The last time I asked you...
Yeah.
You had 1,096 films to watch.
How many?
1,000.
Yeah.
And 96.
Okay. I thought before that I was doing really well, wasn't I?
So you started... I'll go through it, Liam. You started at 1091.
Yeah.
You went down to 1085.
Yeah.
You went up to 1086.
Okay.
You went up to 1103.
That was a big jump.
That is a big jump.
Yeah.
You went down to 1096, and we are all, Liam, all of us, are sitting with bated breath, waiting to see what the number is.
I'm going to be honest, it's gone up.
How much?
It's 1,123.
Jesus. So, Liam, that's the highest number we've got on the list.
Yeah.
Can you explain why?
Yeah. Bloody Criterion had a sale on, didn't they? Well, Barnes & Noble had a Criterion sale on.
Got you.
50% off.
Oh.
So I saved...
How many did you buy?
A few. But I saved 50%.
Yeah, I don't think you can call it saving at that point.
No, I can.
Okay.
Bloody HMV had another 5 for 30, didn't they?
Of course they did.
So that was a pain in the arsehole. And, Arrow had a sale as well.
Oh, right. Okay, so 3 sales.
Yeah, basically. Well, 2 sales and a HMV 5 for 30 that always...
Yeah, sorry.
So, 2 sales really did just do a number on me. And
I believe that the deal we'd made, or not the deal, but the goal you had been set was to just get below the original number, so 1,091.
Yeah, so the initial goal was to get it below 1,000.
Yeah, which just isn't going to happen.
Then we realised that's maybe unrealistic as a goal.
Because you're not going to be able to do it because you buy too much shit.
So now it was to get it below the original number, yeah.
which you are also not on track for.
What's the original number again?
1091.
So I only have to watch like 30 to get below
32.
that.
32 to get to it, so 33 to get below. Now, Liam, you only have to watch 33 and not buy any more films. That's the step that I think you forget.
That's the hard bit.
That's the bit that you're not going to do.
That is the hard bit, yeah. Also, I need to just watch more films and stop playing so much PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because that's really just taken over lately. So, but I go through phases with these things, so I'm sure I'll get bored of a PlayStation. I'll be back in a film phase soon, and it'll
I guess you've just got to hope it happens before our Christmas special.
Yeah. Is that my deadline? I've got to do it before...
I think so, yeah. End of the year, that makes sense.
So if I don't, is there going to be like a punishment or something?
You have to sell all the ones you haven't watched.
Well, that's not happening. But maybe we could throw that to our listeners if they have any punishment ideas.
You have to watch all of Studio Ghibli's films, but in reverse order.
That would just be awful.
Your absolute nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, let's throw it to our listeners if they can think of any punishments that would be suitable.
Yeah, listeners, how do we punish Liam for not getting below 1091, which definitely isn't going to happen, so you're going to have this punishment happen?
Maybe they could buy me more films. Oh, that'd be a terrible punishment.
What a horrible punishment.
I'd hate that. Also, right, this also has to be a thing. Christmas and birthday presents can't be included in the total.
No, yes they can.
No, because that's ridiculous.
No, yes they can.
No, because what if someone buys me a lot of, like, a few films for my birthday or something?
You ask for them, I assume.
Yeah, I'm not going to not ask.
Yeah, well there you go then.
What would people get me for my birthday then?
I don't know.
Nah, we need to, that. They can't.
No. I mean, I think I get to be in charge of what gets added to the list
Okay.
because it's my challenge. I don't think you can start eliminating shit. I mean, people. What do people buy you? How many films are people buying you?
I don't know. Like, people struggle with what to get me, so I just give them an Amazon list of films, and it normally has like 50 films on it. I might just choose from that.
Well, that's good. Maybe this will be like a life lesson where you learn that it's not just films you need, and then you discover some new hobby like knitting.
My mum refused to buy me any films last year because
it's a boring present.
We just moved in November, and I'd had to move with all the films.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'm not buying you anymore." And then I was like, "Okay," and I got a like sandwich toaster, which I'm not, not ungrateful for that. It was a great gift. But
Do you use it?
I haven't yet.
Oh, I would. I love sandwich toasters.
No, that's the thing. I want to. Our kitchen is so small. There's nowhere for me to actually put it.
Just plug it in on the floor somewhere.
Well, we're moving soon anyway, so hopefully we'll get a bigger kitchen and I can get it all set up and actually start using it.
Yeah, you're moving to Woking.
It's an option. It's one of the two options that we've narrowed it down to. It depends, Jack, how well you and potentially Dan sell it to us.
We're going to sell it really well. And Tom. Tom can sell it to you. He lives there.
That's true. So it's up to you guys, I guess. Good luck.
You just wait, mate. I'm going to take you on a tour of Woking and show you all the cool sites.
You'll be like, here's some strip clubs. Or like, go. I'm sold.
They've got a Taco Bell.
They haven't got a comic book shop. That's the big thing that I'm annoyed at the moment.
You order them online.
Yeah, no, but what I like about my local comic book shop is, like, I started doing the D&D there. I made friends there. I wanted, like, that, basically. That social element. Is that it for this episode?
I think so.
So next episode, Jack.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Well, we're doing The Last Starfighter.
Oh, who picked that?
I didn't, did you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's a bit of a mystery.
Who did it, Liam?
Only Lee from the Atlantic Screen Connection podcast.
We're finally having Leon.
Yeah, so we had Jason on not too long ago. Now we're having the other co-host, Lee. He's going to join us.
If I remember rightly, Lee was just furious that we'd had Jason on.
Oh, we had a very stroppy email. So he's going to hate that we said that.
He is, I know.
No, I'm really excited. I think our intention was to have them on separately so they could both choose their own, like, culture swap thing. And then at some point we might have them both on and they can choose a culture swap together.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why we've done it this way. It isn't like favouritism or anything. It's just we wanted each of them to have their own chance of doing culture swap.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I am too, yeah.
Fantastic.
It'll be good.
And that's it for Nerd on Nerd this week. This is actually should come in at quite a reasonable time for our listeners.
We'll see.
Yeah. I've been Liam Underwood.
We don't ever sign off like this.
Yeah, well, you weren't signing off. You normally sign off.
Yeah, you're right. Liam, have you got any final thoughts?
Yeah. Can we do how they can get in touch with us, please? Because we keep
Yeah,
forgetting
I was setting you up so that you would say the wrong thing, and then I would. Damn it! You didn't fall for my subtle trap.
I'm too good of a host, Jack.
God damn it! You're just we're just professional podcasters. Liam,
Yeah.
how can our wonderful fans get in contact with us?
They can tweet us at nerdonnerd. They can email us, nerdonnerdpod@gmail.com.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
They can Facebook us if they really want to.
Yep.
Which is, you just go to like facebook.com / Nerd on Nerd Pod.
All one word.
All one word. Why not find us on YouTube? I'm uploading a load of content from our older stuff to get that on YouTube. Go enjoy that. Just search Nerd on Nerd, and we come up now, don't we?
Way.
I think it has to all be one word still.
Okay.
But go have fun. If they want, they could rate and review us on iTunes.
Anything above 3 stars?
Yeah, go do that. Apparently it helps.
Cool.
Jack, any final thoughts?
Go listen to Won't Grow Up.
I second that. Bye.
Bye.